Want to grow healthy microgreens like a pro? Choosing the right trays and the right lighting is key to growing healthy, vibrant microgreens every time. In today's video, I'm breaking down the ultimate guide to microgreen trays and lighting, so you can grow a thriving garden at home with confidence. So let's dive in. And be sure to stick till the end of this video because I will share a mind-blowing secret tip that you won't want to miss. Hey Microgreen Thumbs, I'm Connor Hebel here with Amelia Island Microgreen, your trusted source for all things microgreens. If you've ever struggled with uneven growth, moldy trays, or you just want to make sure that you get off to the right start, this is the video for you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to choose the right trays and lightings for consistent, healthy microgreens. Here's the thing, not all trays or lighting setups are created equal. Poor drainage, improper light intensity, and the wrong tray size can lead to weak, uneven growth, or even a total crop failure. I've been there myself, and it's frustrating to put all that work and effort only to have disappointing results. But with a few adjustments, you can fix these issues and grow beautiful, lush microgreens every time. So let's start with the trays. The right tray is more important than you might think. It affects drainage, airflow, and the overall health of your microgreens. Here's what to look for. The size matters. If you have a small kitchen countertop, you want to make sure that you get a tray that fits that size. If you have a bigger space, then you can go with a bigger microgreen kit. So definitely check and measure what would work best for you. Then the next question, are you going to get a tray that has holes or one that does not? This is a really vital question and will change the way that you grow your microgreens. I highly recommend getting one that has those drainage holes and has a 2-tier tray. The reason why this is so important is because since you're growing microgreens so densely, if you were to pour water on top of your microgreens, they're gonna have a high chance of mold because there's not enough ventilation. Whereas with this, you can lift the tray up, put a cup of water in, and put it back down. The risk of mold significantly drops when you do that. So it's super important and makes all the difference. Another thing I've seen around are grow trays that are compostable. And those are super cool. They're really great for the environment. And there are some trays that you can only grow one time and then you have to get rid of it. You can't reuse that tray. With Amelia Island grow trays, you're gonna be able to reuse them. I've had some of these trays for years and they have not broken on me. So if you're looking to just grow one time, you can go with those more cardboard texture type trays. Or if you're knowing that you want to grow a lot, then I would suggest getting a sturdy tray with good quality material. And a pro tip here, label your trays with your planting dates and what kind of crop you have to track the progress and keep things organized. All right, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe, and be sure to turn on that notification so that you don't miss any amazing microgreen tips. So now let's talk about lighting. Good lighting is crucial for healthy, vibrant microgreens. Here's what you need to know. Natural light versus grow lights. If you have a sunny windowsill that gets around 12 to 16 hours of indirect sunlight a day, you can grow microgreens without extra lighting. Personally, I think you can even do like 6 hours. It doesn't have to be a ton of light. If you want consistent results year-round, grow lights are the way to go. They are optional. You do not have to do this. When you start out, just start out with a window. Keep it simple. And then as you feel more comfortable with it, add in those grow lights. They do really help. And I'll link a couple of my favorites in the description below, so you can go ahead and check those out. They're not super expensive, and if those are expensive for you, then you can go on like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and find one that works for you. There are plenty out there, so go ahead and check that out. So there's different types of lights, and not all of them are created equally. I'm gonna start out with my favorite and the one that I would highly recommend, and that is LED grow lights. They are the gold standard for microgreens. They're energy efficient, they don't overheat, and they provide the full spectrum of light that your microgreens need to thrive. Plus, they're not super expensive, and they don't burn out like your light bulbs do. There are other options of grow lights that aren't LED. However, I would just suggest LED. It's so much easier, and it's not that expensive. So now the placement. Place your grow light 6 to 12 inches above your microgreen tray to ensure even coverage without burning the plants. Microgreens need about 12 to 16 hours of light daily for optimal growth. Use a timer to automate this step and keep this step hassle-free. Another little tip, if you're going to grow your microgreens near a window, every other day you'll want to just take your tray and turn it. And the reason why is your microgreens will start growing towards the light, and so it won't look even. So if you turn it, it's going to stay in even growth. If your microgreens are looking pale or leggy, it might mean that your light source isn't strong enough. Consider upgrading or moving your trays closer to the light. This simple tweak can make a huge difference to your harvest. Another thing, if you're noticing that you're having your microgreens right next to the window, it's getting a lot of sunlight and it's still not growing, it's still leggy and a little wonky, check and see if you've recently upgraded your windows. Some of the newer windows have a tinting that blocks the natural sunlight out of the windows. And so you can have your microgreens right up against that light and it's still not work. In that case, you'll want to invest in a grow light. Just know the grow light on average is a very optional step. You do not need to start there. Most windows will get enough sunlight that you'll be able to just grow them right on your countertop. Feeling ready to level up your microgreen game? Head over to AmeliaIslandMicrogreens.com/101 to enroll in my Microgreens 101 Masterclass. It's packed with step-by-step guidance, pro tips, and everything you need to grow like a pro. Check it out today. I've been growing microgreens for 12 years and I'm so happy I'm able to support you with this amazing masterclass. It is so cool, so check it out. All right, so let's put all this together on the lighting and the microgreen trays. So you're gonna want a tray that is sturdy. Then you'll want one that fits the size of your countertop or wherever you're going to be putting your microgreen tray. I recommend a 12x9. That's a pretty good size tray. It's like this one. And so it fits on your countertop pretty well, and you're gonna get a good harvest from this one. There's approximately 6 ounces of microgreens every time you harvest it. And one of the most important things, if you take anything away from this, is the tray should be 2 tiers, meaning it should have this. This is gonna significantly reduce your risk of mold and make microgreen growing so much easier. So definitely get a 2-tier tray. And then you're gonna want to put your microgreen tray on a flat surface, whether that's a sturdy shelf or a kitchen countertop. That way the water distributes evenly across your microgreens. So then for your grow lights, you're gonna want an LED grow light positioned about 6 to 12 inches above your microgreen trays, providing about 12 to 16 hours of light daily. Know that it does not have to be this accurate, and you can add a timer so that way it turns on and it turns off and you don't have to worry about that. Or you can just turn it on in the day and turn it off at night. With this setup, you're giving your microgreens the perfect conditions to grow strong, healthy, and flavorful. Trays and lighting may seem like small details, but they're the foundation of successful microgreen gardening. By choosing the right materials and optimizing your lighting, you're setting yourself up for lush, vibrant microgreens every time. It's those little adjustments that make the big difference. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into trays and lighting. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way you see the next amazing video that I have in store for you. And if you're serious about growing microgreens like a pro, visit AmeliaIslandMicrogreens.com/101 to join my Microgreens Masterclass. It's your ultimate guide to thriving microgreens every time. Got any questions or tips of your own? Drop them in the comments. I love to hear from you. And until next time, happy growing. Remember, even the smallest tweaks in your setup can lead to big harvests. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and I'll see you next time with more microgreen growing tips. As always, stay awesome.